gentlemen, you heard it here first. When the Preds lose on Thursday in Arizona, a place they always struggle to win on the road against, you can blame this guy. Oh my God. I still, my heart rate is still at 100. Everybody's hands go up, way up. How many of you are still wide awake right now? After the Preds were down 3-0 after 1, 4-1 after 2. They stuck their hand in no fear into the jaws of defeat. You know what? And they pulled out Ryan O'Reilly's 25th goal of the season, Philip Forsberg's 40th goal of the season, and Gustav Nyquist's 20th goal of the season, tied the game, and then somehow in overtime, lickety split, Roman Jossi's 19th of the season brought the Preds all the way back to win this game over the Vegas Golden Knights Tuesday night inside Bridgestone Arena by a final score of 5-4. They have won 6 in a row. The point streak has extended to 18 games after being blown out at home by the Dallas Stars. They are now 16-0-2. All right, Preds Nation, I'm going to just read this to you from terrible beginning to wonderful, wonderful ending. And, you know, if you missed this game somehow and weren't watching in person or on TV, this is one of those games that you might regret for the rest of your life that you weren't a part of one way or another. Another huge tilt for the Preds coming into it. You had to feel that luck was going to be on their side. You just didn't know how, considering the fact that Vegas is playing on the second half of a back-to-back, even though they only played in St. Louis. So it's a short trip. And because it's the second half of a back-to-back, Vegas is forced to go with their backup in this game, recent AHL call-up Yuri Patera, who just so happened to lose to Milwaukee on the weekend. Preds get some good news in Jeremy Lauzon's return to the lineup, but unfortunately Alexander Carrier is forced out, so Lauzon is only taking his spot, forced to play with Luke Schenn. But as for the injuries, hopefully with enough time before the playoffs, Dante and Spencer Stastny and now Carrier will all heal up and be ready to go mid-April. Both teams getting chances early. Bad start for the Preds just before 3 minutes in as Jack Eichel and Barbashev get a 2-on-1. Eichel to Barbashev. Saros gets a piece of it with his glove, but it still goes in, and just like that, Vegas is up 1-0. The Preds' total shutout streak, commendable, ends at a minute 56:59. Just over 2 minutes later, just over 5 minutes into the game, bad defense in the Preds' defensive zone again. Bad pass from Luke Schenn to Jeremy Lauzon, who can't corral it. Brett Howden picks up the rebound. Saros staring at him in the face. Barely anything he can do. Howden beats him, and just like that, Vegas is up 2-0. Preds trying to turn momentum back their way, but it's hard compared to how they've been playing during this run. Then there's a chance by Luke Evangelista. And then Tommy Novak, either the post or Patera, is keeping the Preds at bay and frustrating his fan base. Later, Eichel nearly makes it 3-0, but Saros is able to stop him. Preds, to their credit, after getting in the hole, are still creating chances. Tommy Novak with another chance, but he can't beat Patera. Preds should have 3, maybe 4 goals at this point. And just over 3 1/4 left in the first period. Preds can't clear their defensive zone, and it's Theodore who beats Saros, putting the Preds in a massive hole now. They're down now 3-0 to Vegas. Eventually the period comes to an end and everyone is questioning, is it really going to come to a crashing end like this? Being goalied by an AHL 3-0 Vegas after 1. Preds look to appear to be using their legs to start the second, seeing if they can muster something, just a goal to get them going and maybe get back into this game. Paul Cotter trips Tommy Novak and the Preds don't get much going, and eventually it is negated because of a bad pass by Tyson Barrie, who has to race back to help out Saros and ends up hooking the guy and negating the penalty. And this is why Preds Nation is going to be so thankful when Carrier and Spencer Stastny and Fabro are all healthy, because not only did he cause the power play to be negated, Tyson Barrie, when he came out of the box, had all day on a clear-cut breakaway because Vegas didn't score on the power play to chip into the lead, and he wasn't able to lift the puck over a sprawled-out Patera. Man, Tyson, you're taking me off. Later, Saros is forced to make not one, but two stops on Amadio to keep the Preds within some sort of chance in this game. And finally, nearing the last quarter of the second period, the Preds might have something here. Just over 5 minutes left to go in the second period. The Preds are swarming, attacking in Vegas' zone. Luke Evangelista, who's come ever so close in this game, and as I have mentioned in previous fan reaction videos, he has really endeared himself as the upcoming future of this team. He gets it out to Marcinkowski. One time, beats Patera. There it is. Shutout is done. Preds on the board. 3-1. What more can they have for us? The Bridgestone faithful, they're wide awake. The Preds roster on the Preds bench, yeah, hey guys, we're back in this. And if they were falling asleep, maybe Vegas is back awake now, knowing that this game isn't going to be a cakewalk. Under a minute left to go in the second period. Preds fans content that, hey, we're only down 2 going into the intermission. This game is doable. And then the puck is in the neutral zone. Mantha holds Jeremy Lauzon's stick. I don't know how more obvious you could get than that. The refs do not call it. Play continues. Play into the Preds zone. Puck comes over to William Karlsson, and he beats Saros. God. Vegas 3-goal lead restored up 4-1, and Jeremy Lauzon, and I'm sure people on the Preds bench, the Bridgestone faithful, all giving in to the officials of how you could miss that call. Yes, there are calls in a game from then on from both sides that you are going to miss, but you guys go look at that replay. The ref was looking right at Lauzon and Mantha, and he completely shut the hooch. Whatever expression you want to come up with, I just said what was off of the top of my head. Preds in it now, it would appear, down 4-1 after 2. Third period, this will be one for the ages. I was talking on Preds Twitter with people like Max Greenberg, Marcia, and Barry of classic Preds comebacks. I didn't know if the Preds had it in them. Props to Barry if you're watching this, that you called this, my friend. You thought that they had it in them with how they were playing right now. Before this game, classic ones that were near the top of my list was back in the 03-04 season, when this team showed us all that they were going to make the playoffs for the first time, when they were down 3-0 in Detroit. Okay, and they scored 4 unanswered goals in the third period and won 4-3. Then during the President's Trophy season, there was a 3-0 comeback, not just down before the third period. I think they were down 3-0 with 10 minutes left, and they tied it, and then Forsberg walked it off with a penalty shot in overtime. With this point streak on the line, did they have one more miracle in them to extend this magical run that they're on? Charles, with what we see in retrospect, was a crucial save on Brett Howden 30 seconds in. Words are exchanged with Michael McCarron and him, and then somehow, someway, Keith Sherwood must have said something to the officials. He gets a 2-minute minor for unsportsmanlike conduct. Oh, God. Okay, it's good. It's good. I was worried that the Vegas might put it away there and put us out of our misery once and for all, but the Preds kill that off. I just figured that Sherwood was probably talking to the ref about the fact of Lauzon's missed holding call at the end of the second period. And again, that early save in the third period by Saros was key, because just shy of 6 minutes into the third period, just off of a face-off in front of Patera, Ryan O'Reilly gets the puck from his buddy Gustav Nyquist, and he beats Patera. Preds now within 2 again, down 4-2. Preds almost shoot themselves in the foot as there's a giveaway, and Jack Eichel races in on a partial breakaway. UC starts with a bit of a poke check, deflects it. Preds deficit remains only at 2. Last half of the period. To quote the great Titans voice, Mike Keefe, if the Preds have a miracle in them, they need it now. Now under 8 minutes left to go in regulation. Preds swarming in the Vegas zone again. Vegas cannot clear it out. Getting closer in Pantera's kitchen. And Jason Zucker whacks away at it. It's right on the goal line as his momentum carries them away from that. And guess who's right there? Right there. The man who cannot be stopped. He's a freaking wrecking ball. Philip Forsberg pokes it home. It is in. The Preds are within 1 down. 4-3. Forsberg's 40th goal of the season. Oh. But wait. Hold up. Vegas wants a challenge. What? For goalie interference? Willie and Simi's thought, and I thought at first when the refs were talking to Bruce Cassidy. Nope. Vegas is challenging for offside. And, oh no, I'm sure all of us watching on Twitter who are either in attendance or watching from home, it's like, offside challenge is pretty much a sure thing because you don't want to be wrong because of what is to come, right? And we're looking at it, it's like, that's not conclusive. That's not conclusive. Everyone on Twitter is like, that's not conclusive. They can't call that back. They can't call that back. And guys, I would actually record how long it took Toronto to make the final call on this, but there'd be too much dead air. But can I just say, it shouldn't take that long to know for sure if that was an offside or not. Okay, if you can't conclusively see it was offside, let play continue. And they come back, it's like, call on the ice, it's confirmed, it's a good goal, and the Preds are down by 1. And guess what? Because Vegas challenged, and they were wrong. Preds going on the power play. And on the power play, the Preds keep the puck hemmed in Vegas' zone the entire time. Vegas cannot get a change. They are absolutely gassed. And sure enough, the puck comes to number 14, Gustav Nyquist. He shoots. He beats Pantera. And after being down 3-0 in this game, at 4-1 after 2, the Preds have come all the way back to tie this game at 4s. My heart is racing again, just like in a moment, just thinking about the fact that they were able to come all the way back to tie it. Are you kidding me? Fast forward to under 3 minutes left to go in regulation. You know, I was hopeful, but I didn't quite believe that they would come all the way back to, and the minutes tick down, under 2 minutes, under 1 minute. And the horn sounds. This is going to overtime. The Preds' point streak extends to 18 games. And in overtime, just as the Preds are to get first possession, I'm prepared for this to be a lengthy overtime, maybe even a shootout. But as we see before this season with the Preds in overtime, magic can happen sometimes. Forsberg skates it out, waiting for a setup, waiting to see what lanes might be open for somebody to make something happen. And just inside the Vegas zone, Forsberg drop passes it to the captain, number 59, Roman Josi, who swings wide, swings right. You don't know exactly what he's going to do. Maybe he'll shoot from distance, try to get a tip. Maybe he'll get it back to Forsberg to try something. But you know what? Josi decides to hold it. He holds it, but he skates in. He's keeping the puck. And I'm thinking in the moment, is this happening? Is this happening? Is this happening? As Josi gets closer and closer to the Vegas net, it's happening. Josi goes in and wide open and he tucks it home. Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! The Preds come all the way back from being down 3-0 after 1, 4-1 after 2, and they beat the Vegas Golden Knights in overtime. 5-4, extending the point streak to 18 games. Their first extra time victory of the point streak. They're now 16-2 in their last 18 games. Amazing, Preds Nation. You know about the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, right? Well, considering that this is Vegas, and considering the 2 big holes that the Preds were in this game, This is the 5 Horsemen of Smashville. Now, you know the big 4 who helped will this team back. But the supporting cast of Mark Janikowski's 5th goal, he has been such a great supporting member of this team. He can't be overlooked. That put the Preds in the position to come back in the 3rd. And then in the 3rd, the big men showed up and in overtime. Amazingly. And they all got big number goals. You had Ryan O'Reilly's 25th of the season. Forsberg, who has 40. Sorry, Duchesne. Forsberg's coming for your goal record for the franchise like he should. It should be his. And then tying the game, a nice round number 20 for Nyquist. Yeah, it was only Roman Yossi's 19th in overtime. But hey, when needed, the big man showed up that dragged this team to get 2 points. Now, during the game, I will admit that I had my doubts that they would come back. But hey, go look at my Twitter. There was a lot of you who were telling me that they were going to lose this game. And I thought, no, if anything, they might lose on Thursday or Colorado on Saturday, which is what they're prone to do. I had a feeling they would win this game. I just didn't think it would be so freaking stressful. Now, with the Preds getting 2 points and Vegas getting 1, the more important thing on the out-of-town scoreboard is how this helps them in the standings. Well, with St. Louis losing in overtime yesterday to Vegas, the Preds' magic number, we don't go by wins here, we go by points that they have to earn or St. Louis has to lose for them to clinch a playoff spot. It's only a matter of time now. They only need a magic number of 10 points. And also, don't look now, Preds Nation, but they're only 4 points away from catching Winnipeg for 3rd. And you know what would happen then? Then we would get Dallas in the 1st round. And we all know how much we hate Dallas after losing to them in 2019 in the playoffs. And this season, when we should have beaten them 2 days before Christmas. And then there's the game that I won't repeat the score right now that started this point streak that they are on. You know what? Let's not settle for a wild card. Let's get into that top 3 of the division, and guess what? Then we don't even have to worry about the fact if Vancouver's going to finish 1st or 2nd in the conference, because then that team in Vancouver, the city that I live in, that beat us 3-0 in the season series, we don't have to worry about them if we make it to the conference finals until then. Okay, so let's keep this alive and let's catch up to Winnipeg. So that is it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. As always, hit like if you really like this video and love that comeback. Hit subscribe if you don't want to miss another fan reaction of an amazing game like this one in the future for what is to come, even this season or the playoffs that are to come. Tell all your friends about Redemption and that the Nashville Predators are on one hell of a heater. And after that comeback and me shooting this fan reaction video, I need a shower.